So I just recorded a little lick on the piano. Sounds pretty good. Just kind of riffing, going with the flow. And now I'm heading over to Ableton, and we're gonna chop a little piece of that and throw a little beat on it. See what happens. All right, we found a nice beat. I'm really liking the way this sound together. It's time to throw on a bass line. I got my OP1. This thing is one of the coolest pieces of gear I've ever had in my life. It's so cool because you can just throw it in a little tiny bag and take it on a plane. And you can literally be making music, like a full songs on this little thing on like an airplane, which is nuts. You know, I'm so used to moving pianos that having something like this in my pocket is seriously one of the coolest things ever. And seriously, I don't use it enough. And so lately I've been using it for bass lines and beats. And in between, I do little ambient stuff. I like to throw little chords, like really nice lush chords with it. Just been doing a lot of exploring with it, exploring different sounds, different ways of making music. Definitely something you have to try at some point in your life, the OP1. I'm throwing a little bass line. Ready? Dale. All right, I like that one better. We're gonna throw on some of this Rhodes. I love that little panning tremolo that it has. Two, three. How do we do this? Add some delay in there. I'm just throwing in my little finishing touches. I'm making some cuts like here in the beginning. You can see I started to cut out little pieces. Like I'm gonna start off with just a little bit of vinyl fuzz and then let the piano solo and slowly bring in the bass and the Rhodes. And then watch. I've played around with the 5 layers that we've had. I've made some cuts. I've repeated some of the piano part, played around with the EQ. As you can see with the piano part, I raised the bass. So I basically cut off the bass. So it gives it that nice kind of lo-fi sound to it. And of course, I had to throw in some of that vinyl crackle. And I made some cuts that the vinyl kind of fades in and out. Not fade, but cuts in and out. In between the beat. It's very much in line and sync with the beat. I'm liking the way this is sounding. It still needs some finishing touches. It's crazy to think how many different layers and pieces there are to the puzzle. Like there's an infinite amount of ways that you can take a single sound source and change it to have a different flavor, to have a different sound, different feeling to it. With this, we're going with a lo-fi hip hop sound to it, playing around with different textures like the vinyl sound, and of course, acoustic piano as usual. I'm liking the way this is sounding, but there's still a little bit more to do, but this is a pretty nice rough cut of what we made today. And it only took us about an hour and a half. Maybe about closer to 2 hours. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Of course, hit up that like button, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.